Hello everybody. I've been running a campaign recently that has been trying to embrace a very specific style. I've been working on a 80s dark fantasy adventure, and I wanted to capture some nostalgic themes from growing up. I grew up on movies like The Labyrinth and Dark Crystal and Crawl, and I thought I would make an adventure that had a very specific aesthetic, and since that's kind of the niche for this YouTube channel, I thought I would show you guys some tricks I've learned about creating some scenes that look very 80s style. So as you can see, this scene kind of looks a little bit like we're watching it off of VHS, lo-fi analog TV screen. And yeah, I've already shown you guys how to generate images from Midjourney, and the key is you want a prompt that uses the terms DVD still, 1980s dark fantasy adventure film. So if you use that filter and then kind of describe the scene, you get some pretty interesting images. So we'll go ahead and get into how to create a scene like this. And in fact, this scene will be something that my players are going to see. So we'll create a new scene. We're going to call it Solar Castle. So, alright, we'll create that. And I've already generated an image, so let me find that real quick. It was generated by Midjourney earlier today. Let me see here. Where do I keep that? Images. Oh, that's right. So we'll go to Scenes, and then Solar Castle. So the settings, we'll go ahead and go to Grid. We'll click make the grid opacity all the way to 0. The lighting, we'll go to Token Vision is turned off, Fog Exploration is turned off, Global Illumination is turned on. We'll click Save, and then we'll go ahead and view the scene. Alright, so we will go ahead and work on a little bit more of the configuration. The background color, we'll change that to black, and go ahead and click Apply. Okay, so there's a few things that I've noticed about dark fantasy. It really is extenuating the shadows. The shadows are very important. With the latest release of Foundry, they've come out with this new ambience environment lighting feature. So I usually turn up the shadows some, just to increase the shadows a little bit. And you can do that with the dark ambience as well. This also gives you the ability to change the color, the hue of the scene. So I don't know, this kind of green color is sort of interesting to me. Yeah, that's kind of looking pretty interesting. So, but it gives you that option if you want to add a little bit of color to it. So I'll go ahead and save that. And I'm using FX Master again. So we'll go ahead and add a couple of particle effects. We'll turn on the clouds, change the direction to 0, and I think I'm gonna kind of capture more of this sort of greenish color. And then I think I'm also going to probably add maybe some crows and make the density very low, and we'll just see what that looks like. So we have a couple of crows kind of flying around. I might make the clouds a little bit smaller, so we will go into clouds and make the scale a little bit lower. And then I'm going to go into the filter effects, and I'm going to add the predator filter. And I don't ever change the parameters on here. They're usually pretty good. So click save, and you'll notice now you have this kind of lo-fi analog filter that's been added. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go into the tile controls, and I'm going to look for a couple of tiles that I tend to use. So we will go into images, and I'm going to look up Vignette. This is a very classic image that I'm using, and you can find it very easily by Googling Vignette as a Google image, Vignette, and you will find this little image that's transparent, and there's lots of different versions of it. So I'll go ahead and put it right in the corner here, and I'm going to drag it to this other corner, and we're going to lock that. Alright, so what I'm using to create this sort of VHS visual effect is there's a lot of free VHS filters on YouTube that you can download, but there's also just regular old effects that you can purchase that a lot of video editors use. And yeah, sometimes they come in a MOV file. If they do come in an MOV file, Foundry will not be able to recognize that file type. So you'll have to convert it. And what I've been using is Handbrake. Handbrake is a free app, and you can convert .mov or really any kind of video file into a different one. But the file type that you want to use is WebM. So WEBM is the file type that Foundry will recognize. So we will go ahead and go back into the file browser, and I'm going to go back to my this one, VHS effects, and I think I picked out this effect. Now if it's sometimes if it's a little bit too large, just change this asset grid size to like 500, and then it will make it a little smaller. So you notice that it's completely opaque right now, and it's very easy to fix. I need to fix one thing about this Vignette thing. It is just one little pixel off, so I'm gonna scoot that over a little bit and make it a little bit bigger to make sure that it is covering the entire scene. Alright, so this filter we're going to put on top of the image and drag it to the edges here. And notice it completely covers the image. In Foundry, you can change the transparency of a tile. So we are going to double click it and click Appearance, and then go to Tile Opacity, and we're going to lower it until we can see the image a little bit better. And we'll notice it's not exactly on the image exactly, so we will fix that and sort of resize it until it's just right. Click Apply, Update Tile, and then we'll go ahead and close it. And now we have a nice VHS sort of VCR lo-fi style. So yeah, this will be an excellent scene to introduce to the heroes. And so we'll go ahead and zoom in to a good dimension like this, and then I will go into the configuration, go to basics, and click on initial view position. And now whenever we load into this page, it will load exactly to this zoomed in format. And so we now have a brand new scene. And if you want, you can add lighting effects or more or different particle effects or animated. Yeah, so knock yourselves out and have a fun time. Thank you for watching.